Good morning. This is New Earth Angel, and it's about 2 in the morning or a little bit later. And I couldn't go to sleep because I just had this, um, this urge, I was guided to come on and make a video. And, that's something that I've been, working to be consistent with. And tonight, it was just something that I really felt like I couldn't, you know, pass it up. I had to actually, be obedient. And what came to mind is, you know, the timing of where we are. And this is a timeless message. This is a timeless message. Right now, it is Friday the 13th of December 2024. But it doesn't matter when you hear this message. When you hear it, it's meant for you. Not for you to run and tell somebody that it's for them. If you're hearing it, it's for you. There's something that you have been called to do. And you know what it is. You may or may not have shared it with anyone, but you know that you've been waiting for a message or a sign to know when it's time to move. It's it's time to pop out. It's time to pop out. You've been possibly, you know, uh, laying low, staying to yourself, um, being more of a recluse. You come out, you socialize, but you're not everywhere all the time. You pick and choose, when you want to step out, but it's time for you to come out even more so. And not just for the sake of being out, but so that you can allow your gifts to be realized, experienced by others who are in need. In order to do that, we have to be healing. It's not a one-time thing, it's an ongoing thing. And what that looks like is you won't be perfect, but you have to start. You have to start. Because you're already perfect. You just waiting to see it manifest, but the way you're going to see it manifest is when you're actually doing it, when you're actually moving on it. And what was revealed to me is the importance of using our words as if we know they have power. And for those who, are familiar with, you know, the Bible and the Christian beliefs, they're really big on, you know, assuring us that our words have power, and there's scripture to support that our words have power. So if you believe that your words have power, that what you speak you can bring into existence, then if you truly knew that, you would know how important it is for us to be conscious and careful about the ways in which we use our words. And one of the things that came to the forefront is that here we are going into a new year, and there's so many things going on around us, but they don't necessarily have to affect you. Is what you put your focus on, what you allow to come into your ear gate, your eye gate, your thoughts, what you allow to, enter into your heart and come out of your mouth. We have to be careful with that. We're coming into a time where we can't be distracted. Distractions are our enemy. Distractions are our enemy. We have to be focused, knowing why you're here, what your purpose is. And now's the time. It's showtime. It's time to wake up. It's time to step up. It's time to use your words like the mighty sword that it is. And so that means that as we go forward, we're using our words to create the reality that we want to see and experience at its highest level right here in this reality. Not waiting until you die or go to the other side or whatever people want to say it is, transition, whatever. We're spirit beings, so we never die.
Get rewarded for doing what you do best with Pro Extra, the Home Depot's loyalty program built for pros. Members earn perks, unlock deeper savings, and enjoy
Hmm.
exclusive benefits. Join today at
So, that
homedepot.com/pro
being
extra.
said, as we go into this next round, we should use our words to to paint the picture of what we want to experience. We can't keep reliving the past and reflecting on the past, because then we wherever you send your energy, you bring more of that into your present. And so if you want to truly heal and create something new for your future, you can't keep going back to the past. You can't keep rehashing old pain. You got to give yourself permission to release it. And how you release it is to believe that it's not something that you have to hold on to because you've got the lesson. If you've received the lesson, why why else would you hold on to pain? Sometimes things are out of our control, or things didn't go the way we had planned, but we have to learn to forgive ourselves. We have to learn to forgive ourselves because that's part of why we're here. We're having a human experience. And sometimes humans don't have all don't have all the the resources or the experience to know what to do at certain times. So as we connect with our spirit self, our higher self, it, things are revealed to us, and we gotta want to do better. So that willingness to want to do better and be a better version of ourselves, that is going to teach us because we're open and willing to receive correction. You have to be willing to go on that journey, and everybody isn't. It's not just something that happens to you, it's something you have to agree to, because there'll be days that you know you could easily default and go back to things that you've turned away from, that you knew that didn't serve you know your higher purpose. Now that you've grown in areas, there's certain things you're just not going to go back to. But it's not because you're not faced with opportunities to go back. It's the choice. You've made a choice. And when you make a commitment to yourself that, hey, you know, I'm not going back to this, that, or the third. And once you say that, there's no turning back. So that means I gotta find a way to move forward without going back to that. And it can be challenging. It could be lonely at times because sometimes you are willing, you are faced with the opportunity of going back to, socializing or hooking up with people that you've already released into the wind, but you get this inkling that you want companionship and you remember some little moment that you had, but not thinking about everything else that is put on the line with that. Where is it going? And not to say that anybody's, toxic or anything like that. It's just the fact that that's a chapter closed, you know. And if you know that it was better off left closed, or that you need to close it because you've been given the spiritual guidance to do so, then it's just a matter of you making the decision to do so. But for those who are ready to move forward, right here, right now, because you hear this message. It's time for you to forgive yourself. It's time for you to come out of the shadows. It's time for you to embrace all of the goodness that is here for you. God resides within you. So that means that you are connected to the source of all resources. Anything that you felt like you lost, or that somebody tried to take from you, or actually did take from you, know that they didn't really take it from you. It was a test. It was a test to see if they would do right by you. It was a test to see if you knew where all of your needs are getting met from. Where's the source for all your needs being met? And if you here today and you're able to see this video, then that means that your needs have been met. You may not have gotten everything you wanted exactly when you wanted, but you had what you needed because you're alive. Your basic needs have been met because you made it to another day. You have the ability to watch this video. It's people who don't even have access to any kind of gadget to watch a video. It's important that we know how to use our words, because now there's no excuse for living in a lack mindset or a victimized mindset. It's, it's time for us to come out with our heads held high. And if you feel like you are not at a place where you can hold your head high, I would ask that you spend a little time with yourself. Get you a notepad and a pen. And if you don't have that, you can just, start. But I would say do that, because that'll really, really, really get it started. But if you just sit with yourself and take some time to, excuse me, to think about the things, those very things that you say hurt you or was unfair to you, or where you weren't protected or your needs weren't met, those are the very things that should encourage you, to show you how resilient you are, to show you how protected you are, to show you how guided you are, because it's behind you. The worst things that you can think of that has happened to you is behind you. And you're still here. You're still here. Each time getting up stronger and stronger. tears, heavy heart, darkness, loneliness. Sometimes it can feel comfortable to have a little pity for ourselves, and that's okay. But when you look back and you see what you've overcame, when you see what you've conquered, not just what you endured, not just what you know, made it through. No, you conquered, you overcame. You're more than a conqueror. Because you just didn't come in and conquer. You've taken new territory. Because each time you learn something new about yourself, you get another tool or weapon for this spiritual war that you can put in your spiritual duffel bag. It's a spiritual war, and it's for our minds. Distractions, you know, making us think that we don't have things in common. It's part of the programming of being here. We're all fractals of light from the same source. We're each on our own individual path, and they all lead to the one source. And some call it this, and some call it that, and some may appear to be dark, and some may appear to be light. But as they twist and they turns and they twist and they turns, even those that appear to be in the dark, it comes to light. And anything that we have in the way of light, the balance to that is the dark, the yin and the yang. It's just one, and we just need to remain in balance, in the balance of the two. So there's many, 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 many variations. Just like there are many of us. But we're all on that same plane. Because that's in this realm. But as spirit beings, what we're experiencing in this human existence is not, I don't want to confuse anybody, but it's really not real. It's what somebody created. And as we become more and more conscious of who we are and what we're capable of with our thoughts and our words, it'll come more and more. Even as I say this, I'm not all the way in a space of, operating in that knowing it every moment of my life. I'm becoming aware of it. And it's so much stress relieved from not having to be worried or concerned about the things that most people are worried and concerned about. For one, I know where my I know where my spiritual connection lies. And I don't have any uh I'm trying to find a way to express myself because I'm not used to speaking to people about, you know, um, this these aspects. So it's things that I think about in my mind, but not necessarily speak out loud. So sometimes, I'm thinking about the words to use uh, to try to explain, because I can see